It's me, Renee. As you see, I'm back. So I shouldn't really say that during this video because, of course, it's me. But yeah, so it's more than 3 hours in, at least for my readathon, and I've finished 3 books. So quite happy with that. They're 3 thin books, so it's not like I'm a speed reader, though I read quite fast. But yeah, they're thin books. 2 of them, these 2 are. Oops, sorry, not that you need to know. Sorry, but yeah. Biographies, and this last one is a comic slash, I would call it's mostly comic book, or it's a book with a lot of pictures. It's kind of 98%, 90% pictures, and the rest of it, like you see here, like lots of pictures and text. So it's very comic picture based. So yeah, so this is about Vivian Westwood. I enjoyed it very much. I didn't really know her before now, so it was interesting little read about her. Might read more about her later because yeah, interesting life person. And then this is about Kim Friele, a Norwegian LGBTQ plus activist. And she was actually the first person in Norway to say I am gay on radio, and like back in time when it was a big taboo and also illegal, I think. Yeah. And yeah. And then we have Tidsfiksene og Grunnloven, which is the book that I told you about, a fiction book based around the, convention, based around the Constitution of Norway. So this is the first in the series, and it's, I would say middle grade, or, well, early middle grade. It's for like 8 to 10, 11, I would say, because I would say also, I think you also read it aloud to kids. Like, it's not like you can also read it aloud. That's also a way to do it. But yeah, so it's very like big pictures and text. So it's easily read. And yeah, for me as a time travel lover, I had to read this. I would say it's not amazing, but it's like good. I would say it's good for what it is, because it's meant for kids. So I'm not meant to love it. If I do, cool, but I'm not meant to love it. But I enjoyed it more or less. It had some holes in it here and there, but again, what book doesn't have some plot holes? And also, yeah, I'm not a target audience, so yeah. Making some more tea. I've started eating some chocolate. Oh, sorry, can't show it here. They're like chocolate balls with kind of vanilla around them. And sorry, I keep on saying sorry. The camera doesn't hurt, but yeah. And I also plan next to finish or read more of Pages and Co. Tilly and the Lost Fairytales, second book in this series. I'm already around halfway through it. Sorry. It's second book in the series. I very much enjoyed the first book, and yeah. The idea behind this book is that you can kind of walk into books, kind of like Ink World by Cornelia Funke, and it's Milway as well. And yeah, I'll see you soon on the next update. Bye. Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. So last time I did an update, I had read 3 books. Since then, I've finished 4 more. So last evening, I first finished Pages and Co. Tilly and Lost Fairytales. This is second book in a trilogy. Well, it's a trilogy and then the spin-off afterwards, but yeah, the second one in like this beginning of series. And it's a middle grade, and it's based around the idea that some people can wander into books, meaning they read a book and then they can take the characters out, or they can go into the story. So yeah, kind of in-cart-ish. And yeah, it's delightful. The villains are creepy, but not like too creepy. And yeah, it's middle grade, but it's still enjoyable for me as a 20 something. And yeah, just like the wonder of this book. I posted on the deweys on Facebook, and I was like, oh, it looks whimsical. And yeah, it's kind of whimsical, I would say. Kind of whimsical. And yeah, and so I already started this, so was halfway into it, so I finished this. So it wasn't a book I started, it was a book I finished. And then I also finished another book that I've already started, and that was Heroine's Journey, which I started back in like April. Oh, procrastination, that is my name. But yeah, so this is a non-fiction book about Heroine's Journey. And it's not like a big book. It is 280 pages. Well, plus a bit, but like the last bit is kind of like quotations and stuff. And yeah, so it's a book meant for writers, curious readers, and also fans of pop culture. And actually, I actually saw someone who said they might use this in their curriculum, so that's quite fun. And that's quite possible. But yeah, I read it as a fan of pop culture and a fan of Gale. And yeah, it's an interesting story. And it's an interesting read. Yeah, I would say check it out if you're interested in the mechanics and what Heroine's Journey is. It's not really that well known, even though like it's a thing that people do. Like it's a thing that's out there. But most people know about the hero's journey. But the hero's journey is like, is that a thing? And yeah, Gallica is like, yes, it's very much a thing. And this is actually the first non-fiction book specifically about that. So yeah, a little hot tips for non-fiction November if you want something about heroines or writing for that. And then I started and finished Magnus og Sjakkmorderen. So this is a funnels pastiche or parody ish on Magnus Carlsen, the Norwegian chess champion, and also like crime stories. So this is kind of a crime story based around someone killing people based on chess. Sjakk being chess in Norwegian. It is meant for kids. Like I think it's meant for 10 to 12-year-olds, around that. Though, like I as an adult enjoyed it very much, and I think quite a lot of references might go over kids' heads. But I mean, kids can still enjoy it. It's not gory. There's no swear words. There's no nudity in it. So I think kids would enjoy it. I haven't like heard so much about like the book. Like I knew that exists, but I don't really know if it's well loved, if it's a big bestseller. I don't think it turned out to be a big bestseller, but it's an interesting read. And yeah, it came out last year in Norwegian. At this point in time, I think it's only out in Norwegian, though might be out in other languages soon. I don't know. And yeah, so that's the four that I finished after I last updated. And now I kind of felt like doing a little talk about what I might read next. I'm thinking I might pick up either Princesses Behaving Badly, which is a biography of real life people. It's it's kind of like goodnight stories for rebel girls, but like for adults because it's with like stories that don't end happily and gore and violence and all that stuff, um, murders and stuff. It is under 300 pages, so it's not long. And also you have here and there you have like pages with no text, so it's not 300 exact under 300 pages, it's a bit less. But yes, I'm thinking I might pick up this. Though, I mean, since the last book I finished. Oh, did I talk about this one? No, I didn't. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I also finished. I mean, you might know this is this if you said like I said 4 books and I talked about 3 books. Sorry. Yeah, also finished Dread Fantastisk, which, as you can see, is a Norwegian book, another non-fiction book. So because of how the readathon is organized, and you start it at your own time. This readathon starts for me at 2 in the afternoon on Saturday and ends 2 in the afternoon on Sunday. So I usually end up like reading a bit on Saturday and then sleeping and then reading more on Sunday. So it works very well for me that way, really. I suppose people in Norway or like my time zone might stay up late. I usually don't I stay up a bit later, but like I usually still sleep. And yeah, so I woke up at 7, close to 7, but like still I'd slept for like 7 hours, so I was happy with that. And then picked up this, had it by my nightstand, and it's as I said, non-fiction. It's about body positivity, and this is actually a influencer about 40. Oh yeah, that's not really something you see often, but yes, she's a body influencer. Body influencer. She talks a lot about how female beauty image and the beauty industry around females, and how like often like there's a double standard for females against as there's not in for men. And yeah, and it was a delightful read. A lot of it I kind of knew. I kind of at this point in time I don't really have big uh, like self uh, body issues really, but still like sometimes it's kind of no to like kind of nice to read something that you know just kind of to confirm it. But yeah, I mean you should read new stuff and learn new stuff and stuff. But like sometimes it's kind of good to read something that you already know that like okay you're not alone. This is not me being crazy for liking my body. It's something I should like, something I should do. It's I mean even though in today's world where most people have some issues with their bodies, what you actually should do or strive for is like to be happy with your body. That is kind of the ideal, and yeah, kind of the idea, at least with this book. As she says like actually body image. I mean, well, body trends and like beauty trends, they change so much. Like one day it's cool to have short hair, next day it's cool to have long hair, and then it's cool to have curly, and then it's cool to not have curly. I mean, if you try to keep up with the trends all the time, you're gonna A, be broke as F, and B, your body's gonna take some issues because I mean the consequence actually of some of the stuff like she talks about how when she had her first kid, well, when she had a second kid, people said like how after you've given birth, you should go straight back to thin as a doornail, or like just be very thin. Which I suppose, I mean, some people stay thin during their pregnancy, and some people lose their baby fat soonish. My sisters did that, but it's not like everyone does that. And if your goal is to go so fast back to that, like if you have not good metabolism and you have to like work to do that, I mean, then you actually like what happened with her. She actually tried to do it with her second pregnancy, like to kind of work off her body fat. What ended up happening was that she lost her mommy milk in her boobies because of the toll on her body, which are not healthy. So yeah, beauty standards is just someone's just taking it to a whole different degree, and yeah, I'm actually going to a show with her next week. It's like a stand-up slash one-woman show with a friend of mine, and that's kind of like what I want to read it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going to the show now. But yeah, so since I finished this last, I read this morning. It's just like under 200, well, it's under 300 pages. Well, is it 200, 300? No, actually under 200 pages. So it's not that long, or it's not dense either. So yeah, I finished it in like 3 hours. I read all of it. Well, I read all of it except 2 pages. I started 2 pages earlier, but like I read most of it today during 2 hours. So yeah, because I just finished a nonfiction, I'm a bit unsure if I'm gonna go with this one next. Being this also being nonfiction, I kind of want to mix up, but I don't really know. Maybe I'll be a bit in this one. I mean, also it's nonfiction, like it's just small biographies. So I suppose I could read one biography and then switch books. I might do that. I might also start with sorry. Might also start with Benny går berserk by Tom Svik Fure, which is actually a middle grade. Well, middle grade, yeah, I would call middle grade. I think Benny is supposed to be like 12, and he's actually a gay middle grade protagonist, which is not something you see often, at least not in Norway. I don't really think that's something you see often at all, but yeah. And as you see, it's kind of a Christmas themed book, but I still kind of want to read it. And it's not long at all. It is 150 pages. And it's one of those books with, let me show you, it's like big pictures here and there. So it's not like big at all. So I think I might pick up this now because it's a thin fiction book. Or I might pick up Blackout by all these people. I mean, there's a lot of offers. I'm not going to go through them all every time. Well, I suppose I could, but yeah. And yeah, this is a short story collection, novella collection, and also one of the bigger prompts is novellas. And so I suppose like I suppose I could like read one here, and then start with this one, or what have you. And yeah, I'll have to see what I do really. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll just read the first sentence and then go for them and like check out what kind of catch my fancy. You might also be interested in what I've been snacking on. So yesterday I ended up snacking on a lot of sweets. I have a lot of sweets in the house and I bought some new sweets, so I mainly ate like the sweets that I already had. But today I kind of thought, okay, I'm hungry. And so I also just showered. But yeah, I'm hungry. I have to eat some breakfast, but not sure I want to eat something. So what I did do, I made a smoothie. It's blueberries, strawberries, and banana. That's it. 2 bananas and quite a lot of blueberry and strawberry. And yeah, it's very delicious. And yeah, also have this cool what's it called again? Wood what's it called again? This thingy. Straw it is. And I also have blueberries to like snack on as just kind of pure blueberries. And yeah, actually quite delicious. Very good. I'll probably eat something real. Well, not real, but like eat something more in an hour or so. But for right now, this is kind of what I want to eat. And yeah, I'll see you later. Hey, it's me, Renee. This will be the last, as you can see, update for the. I was about to say, bookathon. It's not bookathon. It's deweysvlog21fall. So yeah, I plan to film this and then post this on Sunday, and then things happened, and then yesterday came and went. So here we are. But yeah, so I left you off with talking about what books I kind of wanted to read, and left you off with just like 3 hours left to readathon. So what ended up happening on Sunday was that I was kind of quite tired, even though like I slept 7 hours and like I was just reading that weekend, like except working. So it's kind of weird in a way that I was that tired on Sunday, but I was quite tired. This was also like if you sit down and just read. I mean, considering on anything really will make you tired. At least will make me tired. But yeah. So what ended up happening? I read the first story in Blackout, which was by Tiffany G. Jackson. 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 I haven't really read anything by her before, but I liked that story, so I might pick up more by her. Novellas are good, really taster of different authors' style. So yeah, but like since this is novella, I kind of thought like I'll pick it up and then maybe I'll read something else after. I didn't really feel compelled to finish all this because it's novellas collection, so you don't have to read all of it. But I did enjoy it, so I'm thinking I might like read this like during the next few days. I'm having this on my nightstand. I haven't picked it up since Sunday, but yeah, I want to pick it up soon. Then I ended up picking up Hvorfor har ikke president i Norge? Og 52 ting du spør lurer om politikk. So as you can see, this is a Norwegian non-fiction book about politics for kids. I was curious about this because like I'm interested in politics, but I was kind of like some parts of politics still kind of confuse me. And I thought this was like a fun little thing to read really. It's just like lots of pictures and some text. Though I did end up skipping a lot of it because a lot of it I kind of knew like, yeah, I know this. But all in all, I'm glad I'm read it because now I can honestly recommend it. And I think it's a very good book if you're 6, 7, 8. And yeah, if you probably might have heard like politics, but you don't really understand it. It's a good like introduction into politics. And also like if you're 5 or 4, you can be read aloud to it from your parents. So yeah, it's a good book. It's not for me precisely because I'm not in the target audience, but it's a good book. And then after that, I was like thinking, okay, should I just stop entirely? Because I mean, some people stop their readathons early, and some people go all the way. I thought, well, I want to read something, so I end up last 2 hours. I end up picking up these comic books. So it's Squirrel Girl number 3 and number 4. These two, kind of think in a way. Let me just double check. Yeah, I kind of think I enjoyed Squirrel Girl number 3 more. It actually had some time travel aspects to it, so yeah, that's intrigued me. I like that very much. And yeah, Squirrel Girl, I'm very much enjoying it. So far, though, I still kind of think I'm kind of enjoying the first and second volume more than the third and fourth. But I'm still enjoying it, and I like it's a series, so you won't be enjoying all the same in the same vein. I mean, that's very unlikely. So yeah, though, yeah. So I ended up all in all, I ended up reading from not finishing, but reading from. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me just double check here. Reading from 9 books and finishing. Sorry, most of them, not all of them. I finished 8 of those. So yeah, quite pleased with that really. I didn't end up picking up an audiobook because, well, partly because my cell phone is being wonky, and that's kind of where mainly I have audiobook audiobook app. I have an audiobook advice. Well, it advises me much to listen to it, but yeah, I have an audiobook app and it's being wonky. So, like when I'm not on the Wi-Fi, I can't really. It stops all the time, so I couldn't walk and listen to audiobook. So, yeah. But yeah, that's not really. Also, kind of funny. Well, to get this for my readathon, I got it after I made the TBR, so that's why it's not on there. I got it, and and yeah, as I said earlier, this last week was like so full on. I worked so many days, and I worked like a lot of days where it was lots of customers. So by Sunday, I was more or less so flat out on my stomach, so tired. Also Saturday, I was just so tired. But I was also tired like early in the week. So yeah. On Tuesday, sorry, Thursday, I went to the library like asking, "Do you have this?" And they said, "No, but we could order it for you and it'll get by you tomorrow." I'm like, "No, I want to get it by a weekend." And I didn't remember before after I got home that like if you're asking for a book on Thursday and then you get it by the next day, or you'll get it by the weekend because the day after Thursday is Friday. And I was so sure, I was so like set on the idea that the day after was Saturday, which it wasn't. So yeah, I was so tired. But yeah, I had planned to at least start this book. I didn't at all. I had a crazy ass TBR. There's no really way I was gonna get through all it. Well, I usually have huge ass TBRs. I still have like a lot of them are thin books, but yeah, that's really how it happens. But I kind of want to read this soon, and yeah, not really sure why I'm showing you this because it's a Norwegian non-fiction book. Not sure you'll be that interested, but it's kind of about being happy and kind of enjoying life and not stressing too much, but like thinking about enjoys the enjoyments of life. And like it's called Think About Taco, like the Mexican dish, because in a way everyone loves taco now. And yeah, that was a bit tangent-y, but yeah, I did enjoy the readathon, and yeah, it was fun. It was a bit, I suppose, in a way, a bit not lackluster. It was a bit low key in difference to other readathons because I was so tired. Though, like, again, well, I think other readathons I've often like read bigger books, and this readathon I read a lot of small books, but it's not really doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, and yeah, when this will go up today, tomorrow, not sure, maybe today. Anyway, I'll film it now. So it's done. And yeah, see you soon. Bye. Bye.